lots of talk about money this week.
Yes, there is lots of talk on money. I could use more. You don't. I'm going to sell your shoes, the Prada ones you were wearing earlier.
I need lots more. We all need more.
And it's time to answer some of your money-saving questions. And we're joined now by Mr. Credit, Derek Evans, and he is here. He's already been giving me some help and some advice because I just moved in with my boyfriend 2 days, and already he bought groceries, and I thought, well, I get to eat your stuff, right? That's how this works.
That's one of the hard things when you don't commingle the accounts. Now you've got to, you know, every time you're purchasing something, you've got to look at each other and go, who's going to use this? You know, the stuff you bought at Bed Bath & Beyond, is it for you? Is it for him? Well,
it was mostly for me, but there were, you know, little things for him, like one tiny little plastic organizer.
You went and spent money. You got a bunch of stuff for you. He went and bought groceries, and you're like starting to like nickel and dime one another. I spent more than you.
No, we haven't yet. That was the thing. When he brought in all the groceries, I thought, I get to share this with you, right? This isn't just for you, or do we have a, you know? And so we're still trying to figure that out.
Well, hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll get that.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, you know, if you're going to keep the accounts separate, you're going to have to be very open about what's happening and make sure that you've got a level playing field. Because if you're spending $250 at Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's for stuff that's for you, or at least he thinks that it is, then, and he's the one buying groceries, then he's thinking that he's actually contributing more, and you're thinking, hey, I'm the one who spent $250. He only spent $100. So those are things you got to.
But being a girl, you can compensate in other ways.
True.
That makes
got me.
God.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you can, and you just forgets all about it. It's not a problem. So.
The advantage, the trump card.
Yes. See, he's all over it.
That is so bad.
What I'm talking about.
All right, so here's the thing. So Derek hosts a radio show on ESPN 1700. He goes by the name Mr. Credit. And I know today we wanted to talk a little bit about how to save money, in particular for college and or retirement. And so while Amber's in a whole different world of moving in with the boyfriend and figuring out...
I'm thinking groceries. You've got 4 kids headed to Harvard, hopefully.
Well, yeah. Most people think to themselves, how do I do this?
Yes.
How can I possibly, where can I find money to put into a retirement plan or put into college savings? What is the advice you give people?
There is a lot of things that we've been hearing on the radio show recently. People have questions about, well, should I put money into a retirement plan or should I put it into college? What if I can't afford both? And there's actually a very simple answer to that problem. And I'll give you that in just a second. But I did some research to figure out some hard numbers. How much do you need, you know, based on how many kids you've got and what type of college you're going to. So published right on the San Diego State website is the cost. Now the tuition, we know it's been going up year after year, and people kind of think that's the reason that college is so expensive. San Diego State annual tuition and fees only $6,500. But if you account for housing, food, books, supplies, personal expenses, you're looking at almost $25,000 a year. Jeez. So the real cost isn't necessarily in the tuition, it's in the cost of living. And so that's the thing that we forget about. So a parent might look at the website and go, oh, it's only $6,500 a year. Well, we can pull that off if we have to, but you've got to factor other things in. Now, if your kids live at home, you can save some money on that. But let me give you an idea of what we're talking about here. So if you had a 0% return, or if you just put mattress money, you didn't believe in the market, you didn't do a 529 or anything like that, you would need to save $473 a month from the day your child is born until their 18th birthday in order to pay for them to go to San Diego State for 4 years.
$500 a month, I'm rounding up. $500 a month from the time they're born. $500 a month is $6,000 a year. Mm-hmm. So you'd have to save $6,000 a year for 18 years.
Right.
Okay.
And you, 4 times.
Times 4.
That's if you get a 0% return.
Right. Okay.
As mattress money. Now, if you get 5%, the stock market has yielded over the past 116 years on average 5% every year. And in the last 18 years ago today, so if your child was turning 18 today and you're putting the last payment in today, it's yielded 5.7%. So I feel like we can use 5% as a number here. If you get 5%, you only need to put $292 a month in per kid. So if you've got 4 kids, so you're earning 12 hundos a month. That's to send them to state if you're going to pay for the whole shebang.
But let me ask you, it's very, very hard for people who are watching right now to think to themselves, I've got 4 kids, $1,300 to $1,400 a month. How am I going to find $1,400 a month from my current budget? How can I find $1,400 a month for my kids' college and still try and find some money to put away for some retirement savings of some kind? You said there's an easy answer. What is it?
The easy answer is you have to fully fund your retirement first. You have to, and there's 2 main reasons why. Number 1, your kids will be able to get a student loan. Okay, they give student loans to anyone. They don't need to have good credit. They don't need to have any kind of history. They don't need to have good grades. If you have a heartbeat, they'll give you a student loan. So your kids are
Even
gonna,
today?
Even today,
Really?
absolutely. Because here's the thing, with student loans, the reason why anyone can get a student loan is because you have to pay it back. So if you're a lending institution who gives out student loans, why wouldn't you give it to someone? They have to pay you back. You can't bankrupt the debt. You can't get rid of it. They can garnish your wages for the rest of your life. They can levy your bank accounts. You cannot run from it. Therefore, the lenders will give them a student loan. So don't worry about your kids necessarily if you don't have a fully funded retirement. However, in retirement, you are not going to be able to get a loan. Okay, if you run out of money and you're 75 years old, no one's going to give you a loan. So you've got to fully fund your retirement first, and then look at if you have
Other
enough money
options,
to
yeah.
do a college fund. Now you can do a 529 college plan, which is very, very flexible. You can roll it down. So Scott, you got 4 kids, so you can say, hey, I'm going to pop this 529 for $1,000 a month. But maybe 1 or 2 of my kids gets a scholarship or something like that. Well, you can redirect that 529 down the line. So child number 1 comes through, gets a scholarship, only needs 20 grand, or something like that. You can pop her, give her that money, and then if you have $80,000 left over, whatever it is, you can roll that down kid by kid.
All right, but the lesson today, though, just so we're all clear, is that it's more important to fund your retirement than it is your kids' college savings, because kids will be able to get a loan, student loan.
Yes.
And if you run out of money in retirement, you will never be able to get a loan.
Exactly.
And so fund your retirement first.
Fund your retirement first. Look for any ways that you can save money. You can refinance your house. Do that right now. Save that money, take that money, roll it into your retirement. Refinance your cars if you have those. Take whatever that little savings, 80, 100 bucks it is,
Get it in there.
roll it into your retirement. Bundle your insurances. You've got insurance for auto, home, life. Bundle all that stuff up, save that money, take it, pop it into your retirement account, get as much in there as you can.
Mr. Credit, thank you, sir.
I'm
Really
going to start
appreciate it.
now.
All right.
Yeah.